Hey guys, so what if Goku and Bulma got together? Now, there were signs early on that this could potentially happen, although, it never did. They each got married to different people and whatnot and had kids. But here's why they should get together, I think. They were two of the original characters from the original Dragon Ball series. So that was like way back. I mean, they knew each other since the beginning of the series. And also, they went on many adventures together and grew closer as friends. Now, for all the naysayers, here's why they shouldn't be together. At the beginning of Dragon Ball, there was an age difference of about 5 years between them. Although once Goku turned 18, that wouldn't really matter. And the only other reason would be, well, Bulma and Goku can't really agree on much. They're just two different people, despite their friendship. But what if Goku and Bulma got together? Here's what would happen. When Goku showed up for his third World Martial Arts tournament, Bulma not only noticed how handsome he was, but said so to him. He wasn't sure really how to take this, but just thanked her and laughed it off. Chi-Chi decided not to show up for the tournament, but still thought about Goku. Since Gohan would never be born in this scenario, the fight with Raditz was a little tougher. With no one to kidnap, Raditz fought Goku on an island near Kami House. Piccolo joined in, as well as Krillin and Yamcha. So skip ahead to after the fight with Vegeta, Goku rested up in a hospital bed. Everyone visited Goku, but Bulma stayed there to watch over him at the hospital as Korin was still waiting for some senzu beans to grow. And you'll find that the love between them blossomed, much like when Bulma helped nurse Vegeta back to health when he hurt himself training in 450 times versus normal gravity, training for the androids. Yet it was different in the way that Goku felt about it, which was being somewhat clueless about the whole love thing. The only person Goku knew he loved was his grandfather Gohan that raised him, whom he taught Goku to be nice to girls. That's what Gohan taught him. Yet when Goku first met Bulma, he didn't even know she was a girl, not due to lack of any femininity, but because Goku grew up in the mountains and didn't see any other people around. Unlike Bulma, who grew up in a bustling city metropolis, when Goku was unsure that she was a girl, he checked by lifting up her skirt and checking if she had balls like he did. No pun intended to Dragon Balls, by the way. Well, maybe a little bit, but I digress. She was offended that he couldn't tell the difference. He came to understand that growing up alone in the forest after his grandfather passed must have been hard for him. Although you wouldn't think so by how happy Goku reacts to everything. Yet nothing makes Goku happier than eating and fighting strong opponents, and Bulma came to understand that as well. Bulma herself wanted the Dragon Ball so she could wish for a perfect boyfriend until she met Yamcha and their on again, off again relationship began, in the original Dragon Ball series. But seeing Goku resting silently in his hospital bed made her mind flash back to the good times and close calls they had together. Goku is strong enough to protect her and only keeps getting stronger the more he fights. She stayed with him until he woke up. When he did, she hugged him, then she told him how she felt. I'm so glad you're awake. If you died, I wouldn't know what to do with myself, Bulma says teary eyed. Goku just looks at her in surprise and grabs her hand. It's okay, Bulma. I'm not going anywhere. Oh, Goku, she says, pouting. At least not until I get something good to eat. Is there any good food around here? Bulma wanted to smack him, but ends up laughing instead. Some things never change, she says. Goku doesn't quite get why she's laughing, but laughed along with her anyway. But he does hold onto her hand a little longer and smiled, seeing how happy Bulma looked. Bulma didn't pull her hand away either. She and Goku shared a look, and Bulma leaned down and kissed Goku on the lips. Goku wasn't sure how to take it, but he felt something warm in his chest after she pulled away, so he leaned up and kissed her back. Afterwards, she says, "Wow, you're actually a good kisser, Goku." "Oh, so that was a kiss?" he says. "Well, yeah. What did you think it was, silly?" "I'm not sure, but it felt..." And Goku trailed off. "Yes, like what?" asked Bulma with interest. Like eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, Goku replies. Bulma's curiosity turns to anger as she hits him over and over in his chest, forgetting that even though he's incredibly strong, he's still injured. Sorry, Goku, for that. You just make me so mad sometimes, she says. I don't know why, Bulma. Was it what he said about the kiss? Bingo, guy. Comparing something so magical to a sandwich? I swear, Goku, is food all you ever think about? Of course not. I think that someone somewhere is out there in this crazy world of ours. It's truly special. Hmm, perhaps that person is closer than you think, says Bulma with a wink. You really think so? Says Goku in wonder. I know so. Wow, then I hope I heal up soon so that I could find this person and fight him, says Goku all fired up. Bulma falls to the floor in disbelief. Hey, you okay, Bulma? Should I press the button to call the nurse? After getting to her feet, Bulma says, I swear, Goku, as much as I love you, you can be so clueless. Goku just stares at her for a moment in surprise. What is it? Is my hair all messed up? She says, not remembering what she just said. I love you too, says Goku. Bulma's face turns bright red. She didn't realize that she realized what she said to him just seconds ago and what him saying it back really meant. You love me? Really? Yeah, I do. I know it because I felt my heart get all warm when you're around. Oh, Goku. The two share another kiss. This time it was a slow, passionate one, displaying Bulma and Goku's love for one another. Goku and Bulma spent some quality time together before heading to Namek. Bulma decided to wait until Goku was healed up via Senzu Bean before making the trip. So Bulma, Goku, and Krillin headed to Namek. Bulma's father, Dr. Brief, made the gravity training room separate from the rest of the ship, so Goku got in his 100 times Earth's normal gravity training. Krillin even did some training in there, being able to handle only about 50 times gravity, whereas Goku went the full 100 in just a few days. On Namek, Bulma stayed with the ship as Goku and Krillin, now more powerful than ever, fought the Ginyu Force along with Vegeta. Bulma touched her stomach, feeling a presence there. She was pregnant with Goku's child. It would tell him once the Dragon Balls were gathered and Frieza and his henchmen were defeated. After everyone but Goku and Frieza were rushed off the planet, which was about to explode, her heart went out to Goku, and she hoped and prayed more than anything that he would make it home so that she could tell him he was going to be a father. After Goku got back from Planet Namek after defeating Frieza, he meets someone from the future who he noticed looked a little familiar. The stranger from the future suggested to talk with Piccolo in private. He told him that his name was Boxer, the half-sane child of Bulma and Goku from 18 years in the future. After his warning of the androids, Piccolo told everyone the news. Vegeta was dumbfounded that there was another surviving Saiyan, and Super Saiyan, no less. Goku didn't seem all that surprised, yet kept looking at the young man, trying to figure out just who or whose child he could be. Boxer's hair was kind of similar to Goku's, almost similar shape, only was more of a blue color like Bulma's. So the next few weeks, Goku, Vegeta, and the other Z fighters trained hard for the impending threat of the androids. Bulma let Vegeta stay at Capsule Corp to train in the newly upgraded gravity room. Goku wanted to train in there too, but Vegeta hogged it all to himself. So one day, Goku went and started training without Vegeta's permission, but with Bulma's. Vegeta secretly had a crush on Bulma, but kept it to himself for the time being. Bulma insisted that he and Goku train together in the gravity room, but Goku and Vegeta were adamant, but agreed to Bulma's wish. Vegeta, swallowing his Saiyan pride, asked Goku how to become a Super Saiyan, and Goku told him. Then Vegeta attained the form quickly, and his power was about the same as Goku's after a while. Although whenever Goku took time to spend with Bulma, uh, when she had his child, who they named Boxer, Vegeta spent more time in the gravity room, eventually surpassing his rival. In the months that followed, he and Bulma spent a lot of time together going out on dates. They went to the amusement park where Goku won every single game, including the one where you shoot the moving targets, which he used Ki Blast instead of the gun. Bulma brought home plenty of plush toys on this day. They would get married a year later at Kame House, close Close friends and family would attend the small casually dressed affair. Krillin was Goku's best man at his best friend's wedding, and Launch was the maid of honor, and she wanted one last chance to give Tien. Well, the blonde-haired Launch did. Everyone was there just eating, drinking, and conversing, just having a good time, until Launch's hair tickled her nose and she sneezed, changing her into the crazy blonde who's packing heat. Launch shot up the tables and nearly everyone in attendance until Goku and Krillin deflected the bullets away. Master Roshi subdued Launch, all while copping a feel on her backside. She wiggled around trying to get away until she sneezed and turned back into the nice blue-haired Launch that everyone loved. No one was harmed, and everyone went about enjoying the island-themed wedding, where there was a 50-layer cake and many pot pies shaped and decorated like that of the seven Dragon Balls. And 9 months later, about a year later, a half-Saiyan girl named Panty, Goku lived with Bulma in a house next to Capsule Corp. Vegeta still was welcome to stay at Capsule Corp. He trained harder than Goku, yet they were still pretty equal in terms of battle power. During the Android saga, Boxer was about 4, and although Goku hadn't started training him yet, he showed signs of hidden power. He actually wanted to fight the androids, but Goku and especially Bulma gave that a hard no. Boxer proved to be more like Goku in that he was eager to fight, whereas Panty was a bit more like Mother Bulma. She was fussy, like the little princess that Bulma always called her, as well as smart. The Boxer from the future traveled back to the present timeline to help in the fight against the androids. He was surprised by how much stronger Androids 17 and 18 turned out to be, and how late his father Goku got the heart virus in this timeline. So after Vegeta came out of the hyperbolic time chamber, Goku and Boxer would take their turn. Everyone knew that he was Goku's son from the future except for Goku. Boxer would wait until Goku until going into the hyperbolic time chamber to tell Goku who he was. Goku wasn't surprised but happy, saying, "Well, that explains why your name's the same as my son in the present time, huh? Also, you have my face and Bulma's hair color. I also can become a Super Saiyan. Want to see?" Goku nods and says, "Really? Let's see it." Boxer then powers up and becomes a Super Saiyan, just like his dad. Goku then transforms, and the two stare at each other and smile. "Well then, I suppose I could skip your Super Saiyan training and go straight to tapping into a level beyond that," says Goku. Boxer nods and says, "Sounds good, Dad. I'm pumped. Let's get this started." Meanwhile, as Vegeta fights Cell, now in his perfect form, he falls unconscious. With no one else to challenge him, Cell searches for Ki of the world's strongest fighters until he can find Goku. The only strong Ki nearby is Krillin, so Cell goes to him. Krillin fights but falls quickly to the perfect Cell, who is just toying with him. He holds Krillin up by his gi and is about to deliver the finishing blow when Krillin blurts out, "You can kill me, but just you wait, Cell. Wait until Goku is finished with his training. You won't stand a chance." Cell throws him down and says, "Oh, is that so? Where did Goku run off to while carrying Piccolo or Tien and Piccolo? To some secret training grounds?" "That's right. In a place where he can get a year's worth of training in just one day. That means in just one day Goku will be here to defeat you. You can count on that, Cell." Cell is in stunned silence for a moment before finally saying, "Interesting. So if such a place exists, then that means any one of you weaklings could get strong enough to at least make things more entertaining for me." Krillin just nods as Cell declares, "Well then, it's settled. I'll hold a tournament where any and all comers are welcome to challenge me. If no one can defeat me, then this planet and everyone living on it will be vaporized into space dust." 10 days later, the Cell Games had begun, and after Goku fought and gauged Cell's power, he quit the match and called in Boxer from the future. Boxer first turned into a Super Saiyan and fought Cell evenly. He then turned it up to Super Saiyan 2 and completely dismantled Cell with just a few quick strikes, two of which made Cell hurl androids 17 and 18 up, making Cell revert back to his imperfect form. As Cell was about to do a solar flare and escape, Boxer did an instant transmission Kamehameha that he learned from his father. The android from the future was obliterated. Everyone celebrated, and saying his goodbyes, Future Boxer went back to his timeline to defeat the androids in Cell easily. Through the next 7 years, Boxer was 11 and trains pretty regularly with his dad. Yet he also goes to middle school in West City, where he does fairly well. His parents agreed that he shouldn't play any sports as it would reveal his unusual power. Boxer had a few good friends, yet he never told any of them of his same lineage. Goku and Bulma remained married, even despite signs that they were drifting apart. Goku wanted to keep training and teach Boxer what he knew, and Bulma wanted Goku to find a job. But he said that, but Goku said, "Well, why should I find a job if your family's rich, Bulma?" She got mad and told him that that wasn't the point. The point was to be an example for the children, but Goku still was adamant that getting stronger to protect the Earth was more important. But Bulma would eventually convince Goku to get a job at Capsule Corp as a security guard, with which Vegeta was the senior officer. Vegeta reveled in the fact that Goku was his inferior. She would patrol around the property and busted looters and got rid of paparazzi who would try to sneak in to catch a glimpse of whatever new invention Dr. Brief was working on. Mostly, though, there wasn't anyone brave enough to try anything knowing that Vegeta and Goku would be there to stop him. Vegeta would often leave Goku with work duties while he went off in the gravity room to train. Once Goku figured that out, Goku went in there to confront Vegeta. The two would eventually just train together and grow even stronger. So during this 7 year period after Cell's defeat, Vegeta, Goku, and even Boxer had become very strong. Auntie wasn't interested in training, but more interested in what her mom Bulma was doing in the lab. She had a knack for science and engineering like Bulma, and watching her mom helped that knowledge grow. Once Goku and Vegeta heard of the upcoming World Martial Arts tournament, they both were eager to join. So was Boxer, and Bulma let him join without argument once he heard that there was a junior division. On the day of the tournament, all the Z fighters were there, as well as the Supreme Kai and Kibito, as well as Hercule and his daughter Videl, and Bobby's minions Yamu and Spokovich. Boxer dominates the junior division. When he gets the chance to fight the champ Hercule, Hercule whispers in the boy's ear to give Hercule a soft punch to his cheek, and Hercule would let him win. Boxer agreed, but gave the champ a harder punch than expected, and Hercule went flying back and out of the ring. Hercule addressed the crowd and said that they let the little man win, and the people just ate it up. So in the match where Videl faced Spokovich, the Z Fighters were trying to hold back their anger for what the big man was doing to Videl, and it was Boxer who stepped into the ring, telling him that enough was enough and to just throw her out of the ring already. He reveals his ability to transform into a Super Saiyan, something that only Goku knew from their training together. Yamu jumps into the ring with the energy absorbing device in his hand and sucks the life right out of Boxer as his partner Spokovich holds him down. When they both fled the ring back to Bobby's ship, Piccolo, Vegeta, and the others pursued them. Once Kibito healed Boxer, Goku told his son that he should probably stay out of this one. Boxer really wanted to go help fight, but Bulma was against it. So when Boxer went back to where the backstage area where the fighters can unwind, he punched a hole through the brick wall and saying to himself, "Sorry, Mom, but I have to go help Dad and the others." And Videl, who Cabillo healed, saw Boxer's punch, and she said, "Hey, I think I recognize you." And Boxer turns around and meets her eye. "Yeah, you're really the one who defeated Cell, not my dad, right?" Boxer was caught off guard and says, "No, sorry, that was some other guy who just happens to look like me." Getting mad, Videl says, "Don't play dumb. Your name is Boxer, right? The same as the guy who fought Cell. Although it could be wrong. You are a bit shorter than the one I remember. You obviously are strong. I could see that." "Well, thanks. I'm glad you're okay. But I have to go now. My dad needs me." Boxer then flies away. Videl watched him go and blushing says, "Wow, what a guy. Wonder if he could teach me how to fly." Back at Bobby's ship, Goku and Vegeta are already inside fighting Bobby's minions, whom they make short work of. Since Vegeta at this point has trained hard and has surpassed his rival Goku, he doesn't exhibit the evil tendencies that he did in DBZ, so Deborah doesn't feel the need to try and recruit him. When Boxer arrives, he sees that Piccolo and Krillin have been turned to stone, and going Super Saiyan, bursts into the ship where Goku, Vegeta, and the Supreme Kai are waiting for Deborah to fight. Goku and Vegeta are doing a rock, paper, scissors game to see who gets to fight him. That's when Boxer showed up and ready to fight. Boxer, I thought I told you to stay with your mom at the tournament arena, says Goku. Sorry, Dad, but I just had to come and help, says Boxer. Goku didn't try and argue, instead said, honestly, I don't think we'll need your help. Me and Vegeta got this, but stand by in case we need you, okay? Okay, Dad, I'll be here. So after a few more matches of rock, paper, scissors, Vegeta wins and is prepared to face Deborah. Bobby, using his magic transports them all to the Demon Realm, where the battle will take place. Vegeta immediately goes Super Saiyan 2 and attacks Deborah, who gets knocked back. The King of the Demon Realm spits, hoping to turn the Saiyan into a statue like Piccolo, Krillin, and Kibito. Vegeta easily dodges, and getting closer, powers up, then appearing behind Deborah, delivered a Big Bang attack that killed Deborah. Piccolo and Krillin turn back to normal, and Kibito, they all turn back to normal, and Goku tells Boxer to go check on them and to get them away from the ship so that Goku and Vegeta can destroy it. As Bobby tries to flee, the Supreme Kai gets to him first and kills him. He then gets away from the ship as Goku and Vegeta destroy everything, including the giant pod that held Majin Buu. And then everyone went back to the tournament to find that Goku and Vegeta's match got cancelled because they arrived too late. They were both notably upset, especially Vegeta, but he already knew that he had surpassed Goku, so he just let it go. Alright, and that is the end of part 1 of What If Goku and Bulma Got Together. Stay tuned for part 2. I'm NerdKi, thanks for watching. Catch you in part 2.